Place the fabric on fold by the hip divided by 4 minus 1 inch. Here the hip is 40 inches divided by 4, that will give you 10 inches, minus 1 will be 9 inches. Place the fabric on fold by 9 inches. The length here is 32 inches. Roll a line across. Mark the shoulder measurement divided by 2. Here will be 7 inches. Add 0.5 inch for joining allowance. The half length here is 2 inches below the under bust. Here will be 15 inches. On this waistline, minus 1 inch from the original waist measurement divided by 4. Here will be 6.5 inches. Add 0.5 inch to this for joining allowance. At the hem, we have this to be 9 inches. You can add 0.5 inch also for joining allowance. Go ahead to connect your points with a straight line from the shoulder to the half length and to the full length. Moving on to the shoulder line, slope the shoulder by 1 inch. From the center fold, mark the neck width to be 3 inches and the neck depth to be 3 inches as well. Connect with a straight line from the neck width to the shoulder slope. For easy wearing, alter the neckline. The neck width is now 4 inches and the neck depth 4 inches. With the help of a French curve, connect the neckline. Cut out the fabric and this will be for the front. Place another fabric on fold and use the front piece as a pattern to cut the back. The only difference is the back part will have a shoulder slope of 0.5 inch as against the 1 inch used for the front. Once the shoulder slope has been adjusted, go ahead to cut the fabric. Place the Ankara fabric lengthwise to cut the belt. The length of the belt here is 22.5 inches. Then place on fold widthwise by a length of 6 inches. Cut the fabric lengthwise and separate the folded area. Then again, separate the top fold. This makes 4 belts. Place another fabric on fold to cut the base for the fabric ruffle. The base width is 7 inches and the length is 8 inches. Cut out the square-shaped base and separate the fold. You will have 2 pieces. Here is a quick display on the outcome of the apron top. For contrast, this pink satin will be used for the lining. Again, use the main fabric as a pattern to cut the lining. The difference is the lining should be 2.5 inches shorter than the main fabric. When the length of the lining is achieved, go ahead to cut the lining for the front and the back piece. I got 2 yards of organza for the ruffle. Placing the organza lengthwise by 4 inches, you will get 16 strips. Joining them all together, you will get about 25 yards. The pleats, as you see, is about 1 inch on fold. After pleating, you should get about 9 yards of organza and it can contain 4 bays. Come in with a fabric base, sew all 4 corners by 0.5 inch, leaving a space on one side of about 2 inches to turn inside out. Snip the 4 corners as shown before turning inside out. When the fabric base is turned to the right side, top stitch the open area. With a chalk or a fabric marker, mark around the square with a space of about 0.5 inch apart, highlighting where the ruffle will be top stitched on. With a tape measure, you can also go ahead to measure around the highlighted area, just so to have an idea of the amount of ruffle you will need. At the starting area of the ruffle, top stitch the open area closed. Next, top stitch the ruffle on the highlighted area of the base. When you get to a corner, lift up the foot and turn the fabric base. Drop the foot and continue sewing. Repeat the same process on every corner till you get to the middle. On reaching the middle, cut off the excess fabric ruffle. Creatively ruffle up the end for a neat finish. Here's how the back and the front of the ruffle look. We go ahead to couple the main dress. First, the neckline. Place the right side of the satin on the right side of the fabric. Sew the neckline by 0.5 inch. Notch around the neckline to release any tension. Lay flat the fabric as shown. Place the seam allowance of the neckline on the lining piece and top stitch in place. The seam line of the top stitch should be on the lining piece. Match up the hem of the fabric and the lining and sew by 0.5 inch. Adjust the shoulder and the neckline area of the dress in place and see the lining roll to the wrong side the main fabric by 1.5 inch for a neater finish. In the same way, sew the neckline and the hem of the back piece. Come in with the belt pieces. Place on fold and sew lengthwise by 0.5 inch and sew the top width by 0.5 inch as shown. Next, turn the belt inside out. Repeat the same process for the other 3 belts. From the shoulder of the dress, mark 15 inches for the half length where the belt will be placed. When placing the belt, it is preferable to place the seam line facing the hem. Sandwich the belt between the main fabric and the lining and pin it in place. Sew the sides from the shoulder to the hem as shown by 0.5 inch. Pull the belt out and turn to the right side. Here's how the front and the back should look. Close 2 other sides like so to the hem. For the fourth and the final side, place right sides of the main fabric and the lining. Sew from the shoulder by 0.5 inch. Sandwich the belt as shown. Sew to the hem, but this time leave a gap of about 4 inches or as wide as your hands can fit. For this project, the front piece, the sides were completely sewn to the hem. To turn inside out, do so from either shoulders. When the front piece is successfully turned inside out, the wrong side and the right side should look like this. For the back piece, kindly turn inside out from the space left at the side hem. Go ahead to iron out the garment. The space left was also flat ironed. It is now time to join the shoulders by 0.5 inch. To reach the shoulder, go in from the space created. Grab both shoulders of the front and the back piece, bringing it out from the same space. Align the shoulders, ensuring that the right side of the front and the right side of the back is facing each other. When the shoulder is well aligned, go ahead to sew by 0.5 inch. Go ahead to turn inside out, and here's how the right side and the wrong side of the shoulder area should look. Repeat the same process in joining the other shoulder. Go in from the space created. Ensure the shoulders are right sides facing each other. Bring the shoulder out from the space. Properly align the shoulder area and sew by 0.5 inch. Both sides of the shoulder is finally secured. Here's the wrong side and here is the right side. Moving over to the side space created, top stitch very close to the fold. Now all area of the garment sides are closed. Come in with the ruffle piece. From the shoulder, mark lengthwise 10 inches. Place the tape measure widthwise to get the middle. Match up the middle point of the ruffle piece and that of the main dress. At that point, secure the ruffle piece with a pin. Top stitch the ruffle piece on the garment after the first layer of the ruffle. To keep the ruffle piece sturdy, I will recommend top stitching on all 4 corners. Dear sew enthusiasts, when the ruffle piece is successfully installed, this beautiful project is complete. If this tutorial was helpful, please drop a comment, like, share and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell for more videos. Bye.